I'm Leilani Farha, the UN Special Rapporteur on the Right to Housing. I'm so sorry I'm unable to join you in Buenos Aires for this important event alongside the U20. I have to say I'm quite pleased to learn that the U20 is happening alongside the G20. It's the first time that mayors and city officials are in attendance for a G20, and I think that's hugely important in light of the role that cities are playing now addressing some of the key issues of our times. One thing I have noticed, however, is that the agendas for both the U20 and the G20 seem not to focus on the issues that I know to be incredibly pressing for most cities around the world, whether developed or developing. For example, issues around housing and its financialization, where housing is being treated as a major investment and huge capital flows are going into cities and then taking away housing stock that could be affordable for everyday people living in those cities. Issues like the unaffordability of housing caused by speculation, issues like the rise of informal settlements and growing homelessness. And I have to say, I'm surprised that these issues are not front and center. Someone recently said to me that housing is the battleground of the 21st century. And so I would have thought that this would be a front and center issue. I'm also surprised because states around the world have committed to the Sustainable Development Goals, and Goal 11 itself, Target 11.1, deals very specifically with housing, committing states and cities to ensuring access to affordable, safe, and adequate housing for all and basic services by 2030. That's just 12 years from now. And so, the question is, how is it that these goals are going to be met if finance ministers and high-level city officials are not grappling with these issues at important meetings like the U20 and the G20? It seems to me that unless we start taking seriously these commitments and the need for a different framework in order to ensure access to adequate, affordable, and safe housing for all by 2030, we're not going to make those goals. And by a different framework, I am suggesting a major shift. A shift away from viewing housing as a commodity and toward understanding and acting on housing as a human right. And it's for that reason that I started this new global movement called The Shift, which is multi-stakeholder in nature, and the aim of which is to reclaim housing as a human right, to reassert the idea that governments can't just stand back and watch housing happen and leave it to the private sector unregulated, that governments at all levels have to get back into housing. That means regulating private actors, and it also means contributing to social housing stock and ensuring genuinely affordable housing for the people who need it. So, I really hope you have excellent deliberations. I hope all of you take on board the idea of the shift and consider joining the shift movement. And hopefully we will all be able to meet up sometime under the rubric of the shift at a new global meeting. Thank you.